Wash 94.9 FM.
The radio that cares about you.
Often experience burning stomach pain, nausea, or bloating? It could be more than just indigestion. It might be a peptic ulcer. Peptic ulcers are open sores that develop in the lining of the stomach or small intestine, often caused by H. pylori bacteria or long-term use of pain relievers like aspirin and ibuprofen. Common symptoms of peptic ulcers include burning stomach pain, especially on an empty stomach, nausea, bloating, or feeling full too quickly, unexpected weight loss. In severe cases, vomiting blood or black stools. Seek medical help immediately. The good news? Peptic ulcers are treatable. Here's how to protect yourself. Avoid overusing NSAID painkillers. Use them only as directed. Limit spicy, acidic, or fried foods if they trigger discomfort. Manage stress through relaxation techniques like meditation or exercise. Get tested for H. pylori. If present, antibiotics can help eliminate the infection. Consult your doctor if you have persistent stomach pain. Early treatment can prevent complications. A healthy stomach means a healthier you. Don't ignore the signs. Take control of your digestive health today. This message is brought to you by Wash 94.9 FM and supported by Flock's Wash Health Foundation.
Wash Health Radio.
50% health news.
50% entertainment.
The radio that cares about you.
Orí ọ̀fẹ́ ńlá gbáà ni kí ẹ̀mí èèyàn gùn. Bí ẹ̀mí èèyàn bá wá gùn tán kò yẹ kó jẹ́ nínú ìrora, ìnira tàbí àìsàn. Ṣùgbọ́n bí ẹ̀mí gígùn ti wá jẹ́ àǹfààní tó yìí, ó yẹ kí èèyàn náà yan ìlera láàyò kí ó lè gbádùn rẹ̀. Àgbàlaṣọ ètò tí yóò máa tọ́ àwọn arúgbó wa sọ́nà nípa ìlera wọn tí wọn kò fi ní ṣe àìsàn tí àìsàn ara wọn yóò sì fi di ohun ìgbàgbé. Ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí rédíò Wash FM ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Monday ọjọ́ Ajé ní dédé aago 11 àárọ̀ sí aago 12 kù ìṣẹ́jú 10 kí ẹ wá gbọ́ bí ẹ ó ṣe máa tọ́jú ara yín tí ẹ ó sì bọ́ lọ́wọ́ àìsàn. Gbogbo ẹni tí ó ní arúgbó nílé tí ẹ ní àgbàlagbà nílé, àsìkò rèé láti tọ́jú àwọn ọlọ́kọ̀ tí ó wà wá wáyé o. Ẹ má gbàgbé ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Monday ọjọ́ Ajé ní dédé aago 11 àárọ̀ sí aago 12 kù ìṣẹ́jú 10. Ibi gẹ́rẹ́jẹ́ là bá gbà lóòótọ́, ṣùgbọ́n nínú gẹ̀rẹ̀jẹ̀ ìlera àti ìgbádùn ni o. Àgbàlaṣọ o, ìlera wọn sì ṣe pàtàkì.
Hello Lagos, my name is Dr. Emanuela Zamba and I'm the Permanent Secretary for the Lagos State Health Management Agency. Keep listening to Wash FM 94.9 Fun Health Radio.
Nigeria stands at a critical crossroads. Is 2027 our final window for national redemption? Find out on the 46th edition of Boiling Point Arena, where we examine the theme 2027 and beyond. Is this Nigeria's final window for national redemption? Join global cultural icon and former London Borough Mayor ERELU TUNWASELOLA AYORINDE alongside fearless public affairs analyst Dr. FESTUS ADEDAYO and Professor Mohammed, Professor of Political Sociology, Federal University, Kashere, Gombe State, as they debate the crossroads of our destiny. This Sunday, August 9th, 2026. Time 8 p.m. live on Wash 94.9 FM via Zoom, online and across partner radio stations. Boiling Point Arena. This time, Nigeria's future takes center stage. Nigeria stands at a critical crossroads. Is 2027 our final window for national redemption? Find out on the 46th edition of Boiling Point Arena, where we examine the theme 2027 and beyond. Is this Nigeria's final window for national redemption? Join global cultural icon and former London Borough Mayor ERELU TUNWASELOLA AYORINDE alongside fearless public affairs analyst Dr. FESTUS ADEDAYO and Professor Mohammed, Professor of Political Sociology, Federal University, Kashere, Gombe State, as they debate the crossroads of our destiny. This Sunday, August 9th, 2026. Time 8 p.m. live on Wash 94.9 FM, via Zoom, online and across partner radio stations. Boiling Point Arena. This time, Nigeria's future takes center stage.
I'm on.
Yes, I'm also here.
Yeah, right, that's right. Okay.
Let's unmute David to start. David?
Hello and welcome to tonight's edition of Boiling Point Arena. My name is David AYOROWOJOLU. This is one edition no one would like to miss. It's about Nigeria 2027 and beyond. Everyone already knows that the year 2027 is a defining year for the of Africa. Tonight's edition promises an exciting time. Please fasten your seatbelts as I invite the promoter of Boiling Point, Dr. AYO AROWOJOLU, direct the flow of this all-important conversation.
Thank you very much, David. The Yorubas will say, "Biye bashefu." Apologies to the English listeners. Welcome everyone. AYO AROWOJOLU is my name. Well, this is edition 46 of Boiling Point Arena, which is Nigeria's frontline public affairs discourse platform, where ideas are rigorously interrogated and solutions sought to issues of national importance insofar as it will deepen good governance, nation building, issues of the polity, the economy, and societal progress. And tonight's conversation promises to be one of the most thought-provoking discussions ever hosted on this platform. Our topic is both provocative and timely. 2027 and beyond. Is this Nigeria's final window for national redemption? For those familiar with the program, Boiling Point Arena, we are inching near 4 years of consistent, unbroken discourses since the program first debuted in 2022. And ever since, we have without fail marked the register on month-by-month basis every second Sunday in any month, the moment it is 8 p.m. Of course, you are aware of the media convergence on the show as we stream live on Zoom and YouTube for our virtual audience, and also on the terrestrial wavelength that is made possible by our 7 partner radio stations across Lagos, Ogun, and Delta states, thereby enabling millions of Nigerians to join conversations. Hopefully, many more radio stations in Oyo, Osun, Ekiti states will soon join the boiling point discourses. To help us navigate this important conversation, we are privileged to have three exceptional resource persons as already publicized, and I'm glad to let you know that the trio are all present tonight and comfortably seated. On behalf of Boiling Point Arena, we sincerely thank you for accepting our invitation, and to our audience, we encourage active participation. As we go into the discourse, your comments and questions will enrich this discourse as we go on. Let me quickly mention that we have the royal covering of our highly revered monarch, the Olowu of Owu Kingdom, Oba Professor Saka Matemilola, who is keynoting the discourse and as well adding his usual intellectual gravitas to the discussion. Once again, welcome to the Boiling Point Arena. It's time to pass the baton back to my colleague, David AYO to unveil our guest. David, over to you.
All right, thank you so very much. Let's start with ERELU of Uderemo in Ogun State. Honorary Alderman ERELU Lola AYORINDE is a Yoruba-born community leader, former mayor, magistrate, politician, ambassador of peace, and cross-cultural relationship stress consultant, an honorary alderman of the London Borough of Wandsworth. He has devoted decades of distinguished public service to promoting justice, equity, diversity, and community empowerment across the United Kingdom, Nigeria, Brazil, and other parts of Europe. Internationally respected for her principled leadership and lifelong commitment to the authentic preservation and practice of Yoruba ancestral traditions. He has consistently championed historical truth, cultural integrity, and responsible leadership. She believes that the history, customs, values, and beliefs of the Yoruba people must be faithfully understood, preserved, and passed on to future generations. It is a great honor to have you join Boiling Point Arena tonight, ERELU.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a privilege to be here.
All right, thank you so very much, and we appreciate your presence tonight. On to our second discussant, Dr. FESTUS ADEDAYO, a journalist and columnist of repute. Dr. FESTUS ADEDAYO can be described as a man who has seen it all in life and in his chosen profession. Born in Akure, Ondo State, Dr. FESTUS ADEDAYO has proven to be a lifelong learner and doesn't appear he has put a final full stop to acquiring knowledge and degrees, even despite being holder of a PhD in political communication in 2011. In 1988, he gained admission to the University of Lagos and graduated in 1992 with a Bachelor of Arts, second class offer, degree in philosophy. He also earned a master's degree from the Department of Political Science, University of Ibadan in 1995. In 2024, ADEDAYO completed his master's degree in LLM in the Faculty of Law, University of Ibadan, having previously backed an LLB, second class upper division in 2017. He has subsequently called to the Nigerian bar in 2019. He rose from being a senior reporter by the African newspapers of Nigeria, publishers of the Tribune newspapers, in 1995 through various ladders of editorial top positions. He left the Tribune in 2003 for a political appointment as a special advisor on media to the governor of Enugu State. Between 2011 and 2015, ADEDAYO served first as Senior Special Assistant on Public Communication to Governor Abiola Ajimobi of Oyo State, and was elevated a couple of months after as Special Advisor on Media. In 2020, ADEDAYO authored the biography of AYO AROWOJOLU, an African popular music icon who was killed in a barroom brawl in Abeokuta, Ogun State in 1980. The book titled AYO AROWOJOLU, Life and Times of an Apala Legend, 2020, became an instant success. In years of his writings and journalism practice, ADEDAYO carved a renown for himself in the Nigerian public sphere as a public commentator with disdain for injustice and social disorder. We welcome you on board, Dr. Festus ADEDAYO.
Good evening. Thank you for having me here.
All right, and to final discussant for tonight, his name is Professor Muhammad J. KUNA. Now, Professor Muhammad KUNA is a professor of political sociology at the Federal University Kashe in Gombe State. He is an accomplished academic with very high intellectual flavor. His PhD in 2002 was in political sociology, obtained at the Department of Political Science, Usmano Danfodio University, Sokoto. He has also bagged his master's in sociology from the University of Jos. Tito also has his first degree at the University of Sokoto. Professor KUNA has had hands-on practical experience in the art of conducting elections. For almost 10 years, Professor KUNA took a break from the university when he got appointed Special Advisor to the Chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In that capacity, he worked with two different INEC headsmen, first as Special Advisor to Professor Tayo, and also the immediate past INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yahya. You're welcome, Professor KUNA. Welcome to Boiling Point.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now pass on the mic to the uncle.
Thank you very much, David. You did well. Now we go straight to the prologue because it's like we are eager to go to the firing lines. Let me quickly do a prologue, after which Kabisi would make his profound statement to herald the discourse. 2027 and beyond is this Nigeria's final window for national redemption. There comes a point in the life of a nation when elections cease to be mere contests for political power. They become referendums on the future, and Nigeria may be approaching such a moment. For decades, Nigerians have participated in elections with hope. They have queued under the sun, they have traveled long distances, and they have endured campaigns, rallies, and political promises. They have voted and they have waited. Sometimes the waiting produced progress. At other times, it produced disappointment. But Nigerians have continued to believe that perhaps the next election will be different. That perhaps the next leader will also be different. That perhaps the next government will finally unlock the country's extraordinary potential. Now, 2027 is approaching, and the question is no longer simply whether Nigeria will conduct another election. Of course, Nigeria will vote. Nigerians will vote. The more fundamental question is, will Nigeria learn from its past? For what is the value of another election if the country continues to reproduce the same failures? What is the value of democracy if citizens exercise their franchise but remain without security, without decent jobs, affordable health care, quality education, and confidence in their institutions? What is the meaning of political freedom when the ordinary citizen feels powerless to influence the direction of government after casting a ballot? This is why that word in that topic, redemption, is very important. Redemption suggests that Nigeria has not lost everything. It suggests that the country still has another opportunity to correct its course. But it also carries a warning. Opportunity do not remain open forever. Well, Nigeria possesses enormous human and natural resources, and it has a vibrant population, an energetic youth, demographic and influential cultural identity, and citizens whose resilience has repeatedly kept the country moving, even when institutions have failed. The 2027 election therefore presents a profound political direction. Or will another election produce another government, another set of promises, and another generation looking for a storm? The window is open. Well, let me quickly bring a cabinet. The window of the Wu Kingdom, of my Protocol Saka, Masonola, for his opening address. Thank you very much.
Their work. This hard by position might invite such friendship or condemnation
Dr. AYOJOLU, appreciate your quick introduction. Can I confirm that I can be heard clearly? Because I'm having internet issues there. Very good. Thank you very much. So let me apologize up front in case my internet goes off where I am. So because it's a bit patchy here. Let me start by welcoming ever loyal participants to this edition of both Arena. We do appreciate your loyalty. Your participation has been a major part of the success that we recorded over the years. And also let me welcome distinguished panelists for today. ERELU, thank you very much for joining us today. We really appreciate your participation. Thank you very much. KUNA, appreciate you. So what I'd like to do is just to provide a teaser on the topic of discourse for today, and 4 parts to the point I just want to bring up. The first point is that 2027 is turning to be a good turning point for us, as it were, and possibly a window of opportunity for us to reverse the systemic economic decay that we found ourselves in, the deep-seated insecurity, the institutional distrust, that we have in many of our institutional setup. And it's something we need to think very carefully about and hope and pray that we will survive. So there are 4 points I want to raise. The first one is economic precipice that we found ourselves as a nation. If you look at the fallout from 2023 currency floats and a subsequent fuel subsidy removal, we created a dual situation for our people. The government must prove whether these painful reforms can by, of course, we found that as well as last year or thereabout, or can it then generate sustainable growth thereafter? Or if it's going to finally hollow out the middle class in Nigeria. That's the first part on the economic issue on the race. The second is the debt trap that we found ourselves. The last 30 years, we have now borrowed so much that we are now paying an little portion of our revenue to service domestic and foreign debt. Now, so it's really a question of whether the post-2027 leadership can expand the non-oil tax base without choking the businesses and guarantee an unstoppable surge in the brain drain that we've had, this Japa syndrome we've had for a while now. So that's the first part. There's also the demographic time bomb, where we have over 60% of our population under the age of 25. And the formal economy must rapidly industrialize to absorb these millions of youth who mostly are unemployed. We're to do so by the next administration will provide something that may be catastrophic for our nation. The second big is about security nexus that we have in Nigeria now. There are a number of ungoverned spaces, ungoverned regions, particularly in the northern part of Nigeria. Due to this separatist violence, the hoodlums have been terrorizing different parts. How then do we manage all of this? The ongoing police reform has going to help, and regionalized policing has going to help in this. And also the food insecurity. Because of these, problems about the kidnappers and the rest insecurity, mostly the middle belt of Nigeria and the northern part, we found that most of the areas where there are arable land, the farmers have abandoned their farmland. And that is a time bomb when it comes to food security for our country. A country that cannot secure its food supply is a very insecure country.
Well, KBC for one does in advanced. KBC is not in the country. Oh, okay. KBC.
Prime threat.
See, are you still on? Okay. Thank you very much, KBC. Well, the very good thing is that KBC already forewarned that the internet is a bit shaky in that country where he is. I think on this note, we can go straight to the firing line. Who do we bring up first? Let me use gender. Let's be gender sensitive here as we bring up ERELU, TUNWASELOLA, AYORINDE. ERELU, good to have you join us.
Nice to be here.
Very good.
Redemption.
And I'm glad you are loud and clear. But just in case, we wouldn't mind seeing your face as you deem. Let me throw the first salvo. It's good to see ERELU's face. Now, what makes 2027? Everybody is saying 2027 is as if.
Apologies.
KBC, yes, you are on, KBC.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me just quickly wrap up on that, and I can hand over back to you.
Okay.
Talking about the lack of trust in our institutions and INEC, the judicial crisis. It's perceived that the judicial
the questions will go pari passu. ERELU is still there. I think ERELU has been unmuted. KBC is back. Yes. Yes, sir.
Apologies again.
Yes, sir.
Having this challenge. So it's about the mistrust in our institutions, it's about the INEC, the judiciary, and then this clamor for alternative governance model. I mean, that's something we also need to look at. And then finally, the geopolitical and regional shifts. There was a time when Nigeria was considered a giant in West Africa, indeed in Africa here. That supposed hegemony that we had is lost. Again, there is Sahel country that have decided just with us. That has removed what used to be the prestige we had and the leadership role that we used to have. And there's also the energy transition issue that we battling with as a country. I mean, those are kind of on the topic that we have today. So let me just hand over to Dr. Odu before the closing out again. I wish us a very productive and exciting session today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, KBSU. Well, ERELU, the Yorubas would say, Ojulorowa.
Thank you.
Okay. 2027, the way it is being mounted, it's as if it's a magical year. But we must draw lessons from the past, particularly in 2023. In 2023, we thought Nigeria was going to change radically. Nigerians thought that giving capacity, that whoever became president will hit the ground running, and some will say even in the first 100 days there would have been this, there would have been that. Now, what makes 2027 potentially different from the elections of 1999, 2003, 2011, 2015, 2019, and the 2023 we spoke about? Have Nigerians, become more politically sophisticated, or we are still largely going to float along primordial lines of ethnicity, religious, and personality-driven lines? That is the poster for you, ERELU.
Thank you very much indeed. Yes, having started from Westminster Parliamentary System, your country has now found herself where she is. Let me start with the word you used, redemption. Very interesting word, redemption. Using the word redemption suggests to me that you're ready to acknowledge that something is seriously wrong with your country and something needs to be done. That's fascinating. But to answer your question about whether or not 2027 will be a turning point, I guess I've got to draw on my own direct experience of what I have seen going on. The extent to which your citizens believe that their government is meeting their needs, expectations, and legitimate aspirations. Remember those who are running to United Kingdom, running to Europe, running to United States, in itself speaks for itself. Whether or not that will find itself reducing straight after the election, I'm sure that's unlikely. And I'm sure you won't be surprised when I go straight on to the APC manifesto. I think the APC manifesto, its capacity to deliver what the citizens want. I want you to hold on to the fact that, as far as I'm concerned, the more that stays in your country, yes, I think that will be the first indicator of citizen satisfaction, that what they really need, their basic needs, can be met by the country known as Nigeria. APC manifesto put out what is called a multi-sectoral 80-page document. Talks about a lot of different things. The question is, what has been delivered? It's not what the paper says. I went trotting the street just before today to find out from ordinary people if they really understand exactly where the country is going. So I guess as far as whether or not redemption is on the way after 2027, I want to emphasize right here and now that ordinary people on the streets, your capacity to deliver 365 uninterrupted electricity, the healthcare services that you've got, the fact that most people don't feel safe in their own homes, the fact that ethnicity is still a major palaver and we are trying to cover up, may I say, the unfortunate discrimination, blatant, that is going on in the country. I mean, for me, I want to go ordinary and say Nigeria is a country, and that country is here to meet the needs citizens of the country. As far as 2027, where I'm sitting, is looking, whether or not Nigeria will be able to find a new methodology to satisfy our citizens. I will rest my case there for now.
Very much, ERELU. You are making references to your country. I'm coming back to take you up on that. I thought it's our country. Well, that's just by the way. You had me.
I left at the age of 17.
Oh, okay. You are no longer part of us.
I left at the age of 17.
I see. You left when Nigeria was really, really very great. I think you want to attest to that.
Of course, that's why I'm actually pointing out that the citizens of those days and the citizens of today are total contrast. And there is, from what I've heard, remember, I went onto the street before this program to speak to ordinary people. I didn't want to speak to middle class. I went to speak to grassroots people, how they're feeling about the country and its capacity to deliver. They want people to know where the country is going. So when you say with every redemption, immediately I say, what really will APC manifesto fix post-2027? Will it be just an election, the usual, and everybody feels the usual hype, which is happy, and yet their pockets tell them something totally different. Average individual cannot afford transportation between Ibadan and Ife. I'm speaking to you from Ife, not to talk of petroleum, etc. So I want to take it to a basic level, and that level is to look at citizen satisfaction. At this point in time, redemption and citizen satisfaction, no indication as of today.
That's not too bad for a prelude. Thank you very much, ERELU. Let's quickly go to Dr. FESTUS ADEDAYO. I have this question specially for you, Dr. ADEDAYO. Okay, good. When we describe 2027 as a possible final window for national redemption, what exactly are we trying to redeem? Are we redeeming the economy? Are we redeeming democracy, leadership, institutions, or the Nigeria idea itself? Is Nigeria genuinely at a political crossroads, or have Nigerians become accustomed to describing every election as a historic turning point? There you have it, Dr. FESTUS.
Yeah, once again, good evening, everybody. It's great to be here. Indeed, 2027 is going to be a potential watershed moment for this country. The question we should ask ourselves is, are we going to go the same route as Nigeria has always gone since 1959, when we had the first election, where you talk about subsequent elections that we have had, 1965, I think 1962, and all that, the ones we had in this Second Republic, 1979, 1983, the ones we had under the military, and then the ones we've been having since the Fourth Republic. If you do a forensic analysis of these elections, you will see that a single thread, unites all of them, and it is that we always had, those elections have had crises of legitimacy. You have all the elections were marked by several complaints of being non-representative. You have crises of violence all over the place. You had the ballot box rig snatching. You also had electoral umpires that were perceived not to be actually representative of the wishes of the people. So if Nigeria goes the same route of crisis, there's the probability that we're going to have democratic, there will be a crisis of democratic legitimacy. So future participation of people will drop. Right now, if you look at the representativeness of voters in elections in Nigeria, you could see huge apathy because people believe that their votes don't count, first. Second is also that they see people that we have been incubating, politicians who have been going to government over and over. It's like we keep on rehashing the same set of people without any remarkable differences in people's lives. You heard the other time KBC was talking about the economic crisis that we have had, that we have in Nigeria. This economic crisis has pushed us to a level where, to actually go to the polling booth on election days so that they could collect money before they vote. Poverty has really eaten deep into the lives of the people, and so we have such crises on our hands. We also have what I call state fragility factor. I'm talking about the unchecked insecurity and economic erosion, which seem to have pushed the country to a tipping point. If we have that same crisis in 2027, which, if you ask me, all pointers point to the probability of a rehash of that same crisis, then there are going to be an institutional stress test, on the democratic process in Nigeria, because the political elite, treat election as purely a power grab, as they have always done, rather than governance repair project. Then we are going to have an election that will not be representative of the wishes of the people. And if we do have that kind of election, then the legitimacy will be eroded. And once people or some leaders come into government and they are not seen to be representative, they must have lost a huge chunk of what they stand for in government. We also have had, since 1959, deficit of INEC's credibility. I'm talking about the electoral umpire. People do not believe that electoral umpires that we have had since 1959 have been independent. If you see what is happening in Osun State at the moment, I recall that about 1 week or so ago, the chairman of INEC, Professor Amupitan, was in Osun to demonstrate the technological reliability of beavers and iron and all that.
At first there were some errors, and thereafter he claimed that those errors have been done with. However, there are some experts who have also spoken about the fact that the beavers that is being used, is likely to be used this Saturday in Osun, is outdated, and so we are likely to have a replay of what we had in the 2023 election when we get to 2027. Of course, we also have, I've talked about it before now, voter cynicism. You know, there's this growing sentiment among citizens, and especially the youth, that their votes do not translate into any meaningful governance outcomes. And so if they have such cynicism on the part of the people, if we go into that election and you also recreate that same feeling, there's a tendency that we emerge from that election a captured people. There's also this perception that there's a slide toward a one-party hegemony in Nigeria. We were all witnesses to how governors were jumping like chimpanzees from their party to the ruling party. There's also been political cooptation and internal divisions among opposition parties. So there's with all this in place, Nigeria risks to have a de facto single-party state, which is also not, which together, if you add them together, you are going to have a 2027 that we should begin to lament from now. We also have the problem of course, we have always had that. People say that it's part and parcel of Nigeria. There is no ideology in Nigerian politics. Recently, you had our president say that all is fair in politics, and people have taken him on. That look, there must be morality in politics. As a student of political science, one of the first books you read is The Substance of Politics by Apadora. And you recall that in Apadora's Substance of Politics, it tells you that morality is part and parcel of politics. So, in Nigerian elites, political elites, their realignment and all that, people see it as just a power-grabbing measure, which at the end of the day may not actually have any positive effect on the people of Nigeria. Of course, I've also talked about the cost of living crisis, you have economic hardship, inflation, and public disillusionment, which are connected to the stability of the state. Hunger and economic despair. If we go into election with this level of hunger in the land, the fuse of the societal fuse could spark at some moment, and then we'll have the Armageddon that we have all been praying against for Nigeria. You know, so there are so many of such. Maybe I should. Of course, there is also electoral violence. We know that electoral violence has been part and parcel of Nigerian politics. You know, politicians, I'm sure they are preparing talks. We've also heard what has been happening in the last how many weeks in Osun. At a conservative estimate, we heard that almost 20 people have been killed for an off-cycle election. So what is going to happen in Nigeria when we are going to have over 30 states conduct elections? So if you put all these fears into a basket, then you can say that unless Nigeria gets it right, if we repeat the same feat we have been taking since 1959, then we might just as well be eroding Armageddon into the Nigerian political space. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Festus Adedayo. That was a good one. You spoke about legitimacy and credibility. Maybe what you have not said is good to cut. The role of our courts in determining.
Yes, I think I forgot that. If you don't mind, let me just quickly.
Please do.
You know, right now, a major issue that we have in our political situation in the country is what they call permit me to use that word, the judicialization of electoral results, in the sense that, you know, results are no longer as a result of what happens at the polls. It is the judiciary that proclaims who is the legitimate choice of the people. And so if this continues the way it has continued over the years, then people are going to be de-emphasizing the polls and be saying that, okay, so let's just go to court. Whatever happens, let the court is the one that will proclaim who exactly the people vote. So at the end of the day, we may have so-called elected quote-unquote officials who do not represent the people, who do not carry the legitimacy that the polling booth confers on people who fight for
Dr.
office.
ADEDAYO, thank you so much. Let me come over to Professor KUNA, and I want to say, Professor KUNA, thank you for the long wait. Now it is your turn. Let me ask you this. What are the most important lessons Nigeria should have learned from the 2023 general elections? I'm particularly very happy with your profile. You work in some capacity at INEC for some 8-10 years or thereabouts before you went back to where you came from, the academia, the Federal University Kashere in Gombe State. Now, what are the most important lessons Nigerians should have learned from 2023 general elections? Not forgetting the fact that billions of naira was spent on, you know, the machine, the what do we call it now? The electronic. You know, people had preferred. They wanted to see how votes will begin to migrate and see the votes walking through the IREV without glitches. What are the lessons? The 2020 elections strengthen or weaken public confidence in Nigeria's electoral democracy? And maybe, what should INEC do differently this time? Thank you. Professor KUNA.
Hello, good evening. The system here keeps signing me in and out repeatedly. I could hardly hear Dr. ADEDAYO, but I caught quite a part of some of the things the previous two speakers said, including Kabiesi. So I will just make a broad statement. I'm not sure I get exactly the questions you raised, but if I can just make a preliminary observation on some of the issues that have been raised. I think for me, for me, the broad topic that 2027 and beyond, is this Nigeria's final window for redemption? I would like to say that for me, the country is at the precipice. I think that we are asking, in my opinion, the wrong question. The question is not who wins an election, actually. The question is about the very survival of this country as a nation, the survival of its people, and the survival of Nigerians generally. And I say so because if you look at the general question, whether 2027 is Nigeria's final window of redemption, I think that I will say that it represents a window, not a final window. It represents a window because of the convergence of at least three key issues. And I'm glad that previous speakers have touched on a little on these issues. The first major issue is economic despair. I think that people are in extreme difficulties across the country, north and south, west, east. People are in extreme difficulties, you know, and we have to recognize these difficulties. We have to recognize that people are unable to feed themselves. Multidimensional poverty is extremely high. Services, you know, schooling, you know, education, healthcare, infrastructure, electricity are all in a very bad shape. And so then there is a massive question of insecurity. I think that has been also raised. And deeper still, there is a broader question that the citizens are asking. And this question goes directly to the contract between the state and citizens, which is whether the pronouncement, whether the article of faith that we hold in Chapter 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, whether the expression that the security and welfare of government is the primary purpose of government, whether that is something that is still on the cards as far as the government and the state currently. So these are questions that are critical, and I think that they draw our attention to a legitimacy crisis. And I think that this crisis, this legitimate crisis, is in three dimensions. One, the citizens distrust the state, they distrust its institutions, they distrust officials of the state because, you know, the state does not deliver. In fact, if anything, for those who can afford it, you know, they are their own water board, they are their own NEPA, they are their own hospitals, they are their own schools, virtually everything. For those who can afford it, you know, they are you know, paying taxes. They are paying because by committing resources to do what government should do is a form of taxation. And so, and for those who cannot afford it, you know, are left high and dry. So I think there's a crisis of legitimacy as far as I can see, and we need to factor that into consideration. Now, 2027 is a window, in my opinion, because history and sociology teach us that when you have three key elements in combination, when you have demographics, when you have expectations, when you have institutions, a combination of these three creates windows. Whether or not the country is ready to walk through that window and create opportunities for its citizens is a different matter. We have seen in the 1940s how China, you know, seized those windows and expanded these windows into doors, and they created extreme wealth for its people. We have seen how the Vietnamese did it. We have seen how the Cubans did it. we are seeing how Indians are trying to do it, but I cannot see a sign on the cards as far as the current dispensation is concerned that there is any window, any opportunity that we are seizing in 2027 in order to this. And this is worrying because by 2030, the population of Nigeria would be 260 million. And of these 260, 182 million will be below the age of 30. So we have the opportunity. We need to create productive, dignified jobs. We need to address multidimensional poverty. We need to address banditry and kidnapping. We need to address Yahoo and Yahoo Plus. We need to address lack of power. We need to address poor hospitals. We need to address schools. If we need to seize that window, if we have to walk through that window and expand that window into a door, we need to seize those opportunities, deal with these problems in order for 2027 to become meaningful. So for me, 2027 is not about electing someone, as a person. 2027 is about the survival of this nation. The decisions citizens take can make or mar, our opportunity beyond 2027. And the questions that citizens need to begin asking have to be what has the past 3 or 4 years done to my life? What has the past 3 years done to power? What has the past 3 years done to poverty? What has the past 3 years done to schooling? What has the past 3 years done to issues of impunity and so on? We need to begin to frame conversations around these issues and answer them in order, to come back from the precipice, to come back and to walk through the window and to enlarge that window into a door so that our people can have a better life that every one of us expects. Thank you.
Very much, Professor KUNA. It's fine thus far. I see a common thread in the submissions of the trial. But let me go into specifics. Let me bring up ERELU. I hope ERELU is ready for us. ERELU TUNWASE. Now, it is appearing that I want to be sure you are there.
I'm here, thank you.
Okay. I want to also go into specifics. Nigeria has been generally on a reverse gear. Let me just put it like that because these are lived reality. Before 2023 and the close to 4 years of the TUNWASELOLA era, I have seen, many Nigerians would say, just like Professor KUNA said, also said something close to that, and also Dr. ADEDAYO, talking about critical cost of living, Even during, in 2023, let me even go back to, when the APC brought change, Nigerians believed. Is it that Nigerians will believe anything? That government said they are coming to change. Then, even though the changes people could not see, when it was time for re-election, they spoke about another mantra Is it from top to bottom or something? I cannot really remember very well. Well, when this incumbent government was coming, we all bought it that we are going to see renewed hope. Close to 4 years down the line, I want you to talk about specifics in terms of what will make an ordinary Nigerian survive. I'm sorry, my question is a bit long. Let me just leave you to do justice to that.
Thank you very much for asking this question. I'm listening to you, and also reflecting on my experience, of sponsoring 2 candidates into elections in Nigeria. I took that decision to understand the system. I love the country. Now, are you trying to do a diagnosis of illness? Is the country ill? Are you trying to do an autopsy? Which of the two are you trying to do? Because that is what needs to happen before we can decide about 2027. You know, over the years, I have to really congratulate Nigerians, those who have been in this country, unlike myself, and they've developed the skills to enable a system that works. And I also want to congratulate them on the struggle to make things happen. But somehow, I'm asking myself again, is it transformation or redemption that you need? What I see lacking in this country seems to be bad followership. The followership worries me tremendously, because what they are going to eat is what drives their brain. And you see, poverty has taken a rightful place on a throne. And that means the followership needs to be dealt with. You know, for any government to deliver results, you really need to have a followership first that has integrity. As I said, one of the things I find amazing about this country is politicians elected, they get the electors going to them asking for money to pay for, if you like, hospital bills of the wife that's just had a baby or the mother that's died. I'm sorry, I use the word foolishness. They believe it's their right to go and demand money from those they've elected to serve. I'm sorry, when will they not still? So I question the quality of the followership. I question their level of integrity. I question their understanding of good governance. Because at the end of the day, my years of being in British politics is the electors who have always made me feel I need to be the best in order for them to put a cross next to my name, to vote for me. Here, I have to come to a conclusion. Now let me look at 3 sides. Of course, you've got the civil servants. The civil servants in this country, I worry about them too. The electors, one major problem. The civil servants who are supposed to be assisting the politicians to deliver results, I worry about them. Nobody holds them accountable for anything they are doing. So it worries me, the understanding of the quality of the relationship that exists between the followership, the citizens, the electors, the one who should be paying the piper and dictating the tunes. And then you've got these middle people, the civil servants. these civil servants who basically either don't understand how to do their jobs properly, or they are in cahoots with politicians who clearly have got their hands tied by electors who goes knocking their door to beg for money for the funeral of their mother, to beg for money for whatever it is that's got nothing to do with their role. So I cannot but say, this country in which I was born, before independence, and I went to primary school before I left this country, average self don't have kids. And they go pay the price. But to themselves, nobody, talking about education, nobody is really taking care of the quality of the education being delivered. So I want to emphasize that this 2027 and this redemption business, who really should be held responsible for this redemption? The people that are supposed to know themselves as employers of the politicians. They are the employers. Do they know really that that is their position? And I worry about political parties not in government. It's almost as if the understanding of what the political system, the system of democracy, and how to deliver the results that you want, that understanding, where on earth in the world is it? Remember, 3 partners, and the 3 of them, they're not even friends, they are enemies. The electors, the elected, the civil servants are supposed to be advisors and steering these politicians in the right direction. They're just a start. So whatever we want 2027 to deliver as a baby for us. Now, the 3 that are going to be working towards the delivery of this baby, I worry about their competence to enable that to happen. Permit me to rest my case here. I can't hear you. Must be your end, not mine.
Yeah, I can't hear you either.
Now, can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. Are you hearing me too?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. It is just because of the time factor. I would have, but let me parry the next question to Dr. Festus ADEDAYO. I was saying the concern raised by ERELU was not misplaced because in a particular state, let me not mention the name of the state, it's a Yoruba speaking state. One of the top gladiators, political gladiators, flying one of the parties, let me not mention the name of the party, just during this last week, doled out 50 million naira to the association of, some pensioners, retirees. How did I know? One of them who did not attend the rally said he saw 30,000 naira in his bank account. So, we now, I'm trying to ask you, Dr. Festus ADEDAYO, just like ERELU said, he said he's concerned about the followers. We all lament the leaders are the ones that are bad. What about the followers? If pensioners collect 50 million naira, that's an inducement to vote. The person who did not go collected 30,000 naira, and he said, thank you, I didn't come. How much more? Maybe each of them collected 100,000. I think we should call them out. What do you have to say? Thank you.
Yeah, once again, I listened very well to ERELU, and I also shared of our brother, of our worry. However, I think we all make one very huge mistake, and the mistake is to begin to look at issues from their substructure, and then leave the issue. No, we look at issues from their superstructure and abandon the substructure. What am I trying to say? 1959, when the first election, although it was the first election was actually in 1922, the Legislative Council election, but the election that was conducted actually had to do with a vast number of Nigerians. Was 1959. Why is it that we lament that something is fundamentally wrong with our elections from 1959 till date? Why is it that the same issues we lamented about in 1959 that we lamented in 1962? If you go into, I have reports here, into the history of what has happened between that time and now, you see that there is no fundamental difference in what is happening now and what used to happen. If you talk about the fact that give people incentives to vote, they have been giving people incentives to vote since the 1950s. If you say that they compromise elections, the compromise didn't start today. If you say that it's just because the only reason why we lament now is that there seems to be some sophistication to it. Some of the methods that are used now to tweak elections were probably not present in 1983, for instance, but there was also rigging. And that is why elections have not been representative of the wishes of the people, of the electors, ab initio. And it will continue to be so unless we face the issue of the substructure of Nigeria. There's a defective electoral substructure. Some people have said that we were handed over a defective system by the British. Some people say that is the problem. Some people also say that, look, democracy is alien to us, and that we are used to a system of a monarchical choice of leaders, and so we haven't really won, ourselves. We haven't weaned ourselves from that ancient method of choosing our leaders. So all these things that you talked about, Dr. AROWOJOLU, they are just the superstructure. We have a defective substructure that nobody is talking about. Look, let me pardon my pessimism. 2027 election will be worse than the 2023 election. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you. The kind of money that people in government have now, they probably didn't have it in 2023. The kind of sophistication that those who rig elections had in 2023, the sophistication has multiplied, has quadrupled now. You haven't cured the allegation of partisanship of electoral umpires. We haven't cured it. It's still there. In 2023, people were complaining about who was our Professor Yakub, about the election. They talked about the beavers that were not working and all that. So who tells you that those equipment are going to work in 2027? You have people in government now who are more sophisticated in rigging elections. You have just told us now about somebody who gave money to pensioners. you know, they have already been compromised before the day of election. And you have the EFCC, you have the ICPC, even if they know once the person belongs to the party in government, nobody is going to talk. So then, ERELU was talking about the people. I don't think the problem is that of the led or the following. The problem is actually with the leadership. It's the leadership. It is when you have a leadership that is persuaded to do things the right way, then the led will not have any choice but to also follow the path of the leaders. I give you an example of 1984 when General Muhammadu Buhari took over power as a military dictator. And then, you know, before then, we said the Second Republic politicians had actually defaced the polity. You had indiscipline all over the place and all that. The few months that Buhari and today they have not spent in office, Nigerians shaped up. They weren't throwing things indiscriminately because you had a leaders at that time who used themselves as an example. And so you had the leaders I remember as at that time, I think 504 was what people in government were using too. You couldn't have people who were also shooting beyond that level of responsibility. So what I'm saying in essence is that unless we fundamentally face the structural defect of our electoral system, you talk about the president choosing the electoral umpire, the chairman of INEC. So who do you think the chairman of INEC is going to favor, other than the man who calls the piper, who should dictate the tune? We should have a different system where the choice of Nigeria's electoral umpire does not come from the presidency. We should, once we have that, then we'll begin to scrub the issue on the surface. Again, we should have the funding of the electoral umpire, not from, it should be first line charge. The electoral umpire should not be dependent on money that comes from the same person that is going to administer their elections into office. So those are the defects, those are the substructure of elections that I think that if we really want to have an election that is representative, we must begin to work upon them.
Very much.
Ayo.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean a bit.
Very quickly.
Yeah, I think let me make a point of two to both interventions by ERELU as well as by ADEDAYO. I think that yes, we need to look at followership. It's a very important issue. But you also have to look at the structure. But let me say generally, the structure that ADEDAYO is talking about is not just the structure of the electoral system that is defective. We have a defective, the entire structure is defective. See, bandits are not just people who are in the forest. There are bandits in air-conditioned offices. Bandits in air-conditioned offices who siphon money with purse.
Absolutely.
Kidnappers for ransom are not just in the forest. Kidnappers are in air-conditioned offices. When state governments give contracts, you know that that tell contractors, do half of the work that you are supposed to do and send me the half of the money to my account. Is that not kidnapping? Is that not a ransom that they are holding of you? Is that not money for hospitals? Is that not money for schools? Is that not money for roads? So see, let us be very frank about this matter. The entire structure is a problem, and we need to deal with it. Yes, people have to, followers have to hold leaders to account. And I think that this is a missing issue as far as we are concerned in this country. Leaderships are not being held into account. Why they are not being held to account is people who get into office think that this is their time to extract. And unfortunately, followers also think that the only thing they should do for this country is to extract something from the system. Everybody is extracting. You look at the bridge that links FESTUS town and Lakija. What are people doing? They are digging the iron from the pillars of the bridge to sell in order to. They do not connect that to their own lives, to the security and lives of people on the street. In Kaduna, the same kind of people are digging up, irons, made to reinforce concrete in order for them to go and sell irons. They are selling street lights in order to extract, iron and go and sell it. So, see, we are just, in a very big mess, and that I do not see how this election can address this unless we put our feet down. And you're talking about redemption. In political sociology, we don't see redemption as a religious or idealistic issue. We look at redemption as the reinforcement of the social contract between citizens and the state. And I have drawn attention to the fundamental principles and directive policy of state in chapter 2 that says the primary purpose of government is the welfare, is the security and welfare of citizens. This is what we have to do. As we go towards 2027, voters will have to call people to account. What did you do for us in the past 3 years? Where is the electricity? Where is the pipe-borne water? Where are the schools? Where are the hospitals? What about the medication? Why can't I feed my family? These are the issues that we have to do.
Thank you very much, Professor KUNA.
Bring politicians to account.
We are coming to you just in a bit. Our lines, the phone lines to the studio are buzzing, and we can just watch 2 hours almost done. Give us 5 minutes for those calling from home. We will open the studio line, and those who want to also make contributions on the floor, for Zoom, please just indicate by a raise of hand for the studio number to call 090 60 99 2609. I'll take it again. Please, you can also put it on the technical crew, put it on the chat box 090 60 99 2609. There's another number to call there in case you don't get that one. 070 41 007949. Take it again. 070 41 007949. Okay, let me go back to ERELU. For those who are calling, just exercise patience for 5 minutes. Then we will open the lines for you. Thank you very much. ERELU.
Thank you very much indeed. Delivery of democracy and 2027. Banditry must be a test of that delivery. What exactly is the government of this country doing? People go and collect human beings against their will and keep them for days. I need to ask the question, why has the Nigerian state so far struggled to provide sufficient security for its citizens? And really, what must change? Has the current government, APC-led government, got the recipe that will change human beings, innocent people going about their daily business, some people walking in and collecting them and taking them into some jungle and keeping them there for days and nothing happens. And when they come out, I regret to say, no compensation by the government that has failed to protect them. Protection is in the Constitution of Nigeria. All those who were actually put through traumatic 3-4 weeks, they come out of it, welcome, and they are left with trauma. You see, security must be the first dividend of democracy. I can sleep in England, and I can be rest assured if I call the police it will work. In this country, if they steal my mobile phone, I'll pay 40,000 naira for some police officers to say they will be tracking down. They never track anything down, and I don't get my money back. So let's call a spade a spade. And every citizen should ask, can I sleep safely in this country? Can my children go to school? Can I farm my land? Can I travel without fare? What structure are you talking about? These are basic human needs, rights. Human rights to safety. What structure are you talking about? When at the end of the day, those followership are supposed to be the boss of these your political leaders. Your political leaders come from them. They choose them. And they then put them in to be voted for. Look, if banditry is not going to take a center stage 2027, I think this country is wasting its time. Might as well bring another country in to take it over. Because the people can't get work in this country. Average young person wants to come and sit in England. They want to go to US. They want to go to Canada. They want to go to South Africa. They are being driven around like goats. And you claim this country is worth what one can refer to as a democratic nation? Is it a country? Or is actually a broken down, dysfunctional item unfit for its purpose? And that purpose is to govern. And I don't care who is in government, who is not. The reality is, every day I listen to people begging to come to England, people wanting to go to Canada. Look at the streets of wherever you go. Your young people are Eurocentric in everything they do. They have no clue who they are. All they want is to be Western. So what exactly is this country all about? You need to go to basic needs of people, not technicalities. Because it is meeting the basic needs of people that makes democracy fit for its purpose.
Thank you, ERELU. Before we go for floor interactions, we're going to be taking the call now. But I want to ask you, Nigeria is so polarized now. We have a bunch of people who also say the government that we have, they are the best thing to ever happen. We recall that the bishops, Catholic bishops, went to meet with the president, and they told him that Nigerians are bleeding. But the president, according to the bishop or the Cardinal Yeko, said, I do not agree with you. What would be your take? Can we take that very briefly? Thank you. Hello, ERELU? Okay, you will take the...
Sorry, I didn't quite catch your question.
I said I can see the passion through you. You are literally crying for Nigerians, the plight of Nigerians. But there are a bunch of people, I say that means that Nigeria is a bit polarized. There will be some people, you must see them on social media everywhere. They'll tell you that the present government that we have is the best thing to ever happen to Nigeria, and that we have turned around the corner and that the worst is over. You recall that Catholic bishops went to meet with the president. Are you still with me, ERELU?
I'm here with you.
And they complained to the president. They said the people are bleeding. But the president said, no, I will not agree with you. Well, where are you in this picture? Thank you.
Well, as far as, let me carry out an audit of the skills of your current president. One important assessment is his capacity to run rings around you. When he came into government, he said, he said, it is my turn. I've never heard in my life what he said as the basis for anyone saying, I am fit for purpose. He made it clear he was going into government because it was his turn. And he made it very clear that he had invested so much in this your country. He needs to play his part because he helped the previous president, he helped this person, he helped that person. And what I noticed was, the country bought that. But in fairness to him, I've seen, in particular, not on social media, physically, in the middle area towards Lokoja, young people happy that he has facilitated what I call education grants. When I go to the western area, they are afraid to apply for educational loans. They're afraid. Now, and as you rightly said, this country, the people don't seem to have much expectation. They are tribally led, their brain is tribal, and there is this loyalty about thou shalt support whoever is your tribe. If that is the bottom line in this country, what they are sowing, they should reap. But I go around the markets talking to the same people who say, don't get me wrong, your current president is probably the best you can have at the moment. That's why you voted for him. I never voted. You voted for him. So whoever you voted for, whether the results were manipulated or put on the roof or put down, the outcome of the election was you voted for him. So as you, I don't care whether they went to tribunal, all what went on, it came to naught. So democratically, that is your president. Whatever he can deliver for you in 4 years. Now, he's doing that. He's coming to the end of it. The next question is, can you find anybody better than him? Oh, the usual Nigerian way. He's already got the person to put in place. The same, your president. He's already got the agenda about who he's going to put in place.
I think the conversation should be, has the president delivered as he has said before those bishops? You know, there was an altercation. He said he doesn't believe that people are bleeding. Maybe,
what did the bishops do?
The bishop said they didn't agree with him and they left.
And they did nothing after that.
But there are Nigerians telling the bishops that your own is too much too now, that you are dabbling into politics. Well,
you are coming back to the same point I'm making. Your problem is your people. They don't really understand the governance. They don't understand the power that they've got. Whether they're educated or not, they are all in the same boat. They always find reason to let your politicians carry on the way they are. And that is what needs to stop. Your followership is your problem. Your followership is your problem. Once you sort out your followership, no system can be in place that will work for you. I rest my case. I hear you anymore. Dr. AROWOJOLU, can't hear you anymore.
Taking the calls from the studio. Just a moment.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Kayode from Abeokuta. Thank you. You need to give us more time now. We've been expecting you to open the floor, sir. But then let me quickly do my own here. You see, I want to give it to the guests, 3 guests in the house. Can 2027 deliver Nigeria or new Nigeria? That's the topical issue we brought this evening. I will say yes. And I will tell you from the angle which Dr. AYOJOLU mentioned that can we probably look at the lessons that the people are supposed to have learned from the 2023 general election. I would say I have learned a lot of number of lessons, but I could probably do with 4 out of 4. Number 1 is the issue of hoodlums that these people are using to molest, intimidate, harass some other people. People now should think twice now. Whether you have collected money from any politician, you need to come up with your own thugs around. Looking forward to confronting all other thugs that might have been around. That is an eye for an eye. Then number 2, stand firm to, how will I put it now, to challenge the results by bringing your own polling agents, party agents, that will be more even tougher than others. Let them be staunch, let them be fair, let them be whatever they can be able to.
Yes, wrap up your thought, Doctor.
You see, these are the shortest anyway. Finally, let me say this. You see, we can stop taking rice from our people, the rice and the stipends. Let them stop it from now on. And then we can come out en masse to vote our candidate. And the political parties, other political parties, they can form one formidable political alliance now, so that they will be able to beat this man. They have the game they wanted to play, and no more going to court. You must stretch all your cases at the polling booth and at the counting center, where you call it, I don't know, or whatever they call it. So finally, for me, I think the ability for effective leadership is the same in the potential of followers. For followers, please, I am imploring us to come out en masse come 2027, and I don't see that 2027 will be the worst. It can't be the worst. It will be the best for us to run. To have something to take in. Thank you very much.
The line is disappearing again, Dr. AROWOJOLU.
Hello, good evening.
The line is disappearing again.
Hello, good evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
My name is Pastor Olatunde Lawrence.
Okay.
Yoruba people will ẹran ìyà lèèyàn. You see, Nigerians, it seems many of us are ẹran ìyà. They don't learn from their past mistakes. You see, when you voted them into power in 2023, all they said they are going to do, they've not done anything. And now they started campaign under next now. They are distributing rice, giving them money. See the way they are following them. And by the time the election ends now, they've just dumped them. What have they done in this country? And the most astonishing of it all is this. Are you with me, please?
It's not popular point. Thank you.
Okay. So, most of our leaders, most of them travel abroad. They see what they are doing there. They cannot come here and do. Anyway, let me stop here, please. I'm angry with them. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to Boiling Point Arena. Who do we have?
Today from Asoka.
Okay, please, 1 minute.
The problem that existed in 1959 election, which is poverty, still prevails in Nigeria, even worse than those days. So, what I'm trying to see as a solution to 2027, therefore, until our mother DR.FESTUS has said it, that the people don't even know why they go and vote. They don't know why they have a leader. So, but how do they know? What do you tell a child who you have not given any food? And you are not saying that this child should not covet somebody, your neighbor's food. The child will go and collect from the other side. So the only thing is that, you see, we make one mistake in Nigeria. Politics is different from economics. Politics is grabbing of power. Struggle, like Alolaswe said.
Thank you
and
very much. You made your point. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have another call then after we go to Zoom. Hello.
Am I clear?
Welcome to Boiling Point Arena. Who do we have?
This is Nicholas. I'm calling from Abeokuta.
Oh, Nicholas, welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. And let us not blame all Nigerians. Let us not forget that prior to the last election, there were Nigerians who were sufficiently sure that this president was the wrong choice. And from the 90 million people that voted, only 8.2 million...
That cannot be a general statement there. We had the president was voted for, and he was sworn.
From the 90 million voters, only 8.2 million voted for the president. Okay. And don't forget, only 32 million thereabouts voted on election day. So there were 60 million people that did not vote on that day. And the president lost the old capital, Lagos State, lost the capital, Abuja, and lost his state, Osun State. Let us not be in doubt, please. Then secondly, we should also know that even in UK, in the past 10 years, they have had 7 prime ministers. The welfare of a state affects voter consciousness. In this country, the pillars of socialization have been compromised. Just lately, the Nigerian Bar Association could not organize a credible election. The NUJ made the DSS director a patron. We have clergymen that cannot define genocide. Then we have traditional rulers who are complicit in terrorism and banditry. At the same time, let us not forget the international angle to Nigeria's problem. The UK, the US, and the Western powers also contribute covertly or overtly to the process of sub-Saharan African democracies. And I want to urge ERELU and Nigerians in diaspora to try and see what they can do in their own monolithic ways to help Nigerians who are constrained in Nigeria to find a way forward. Just the way the Jews all over the world were coming back to Israel when they were under attack by Palestine.
For consideration of time.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm true. The Nigerians in diaspora also have a role to play. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have let's pick this one for the batch. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
A very good evening to you. Welcome to Boiling Point Arena.
Chris coming from Ikori, Irregular.
Okay, Chris, 1 minute for me.
Okay. We've not started. Let me use that whole experience to tell you. We've not started. Nigeria can only start when we throw the and then back. Because
Without national constitution, anybody that takes over government by any means is a military dictator. So every plan we are doing is not started.
Okay, that's an opinion anyway. Okay.
It's the right thing. The right thing will not believe the right thing. And if you don't believe the right thing, it will come back to you. Because when the election was, when people were down from not working in Lagos, people thought that it will not come back. Now it's coming to our show. We will come to all the way Western states. But we know that whatever we sow, we shall reap.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's a good one. Hello? Yes, who do we have? Okay, please go on very, very quickly. We need to go back to Zoom.
Mr. Festus, as well as the PROF, to the effect that our major challenge is structural and bad leadership. Until we face frontally these two challenges, we may not get out of our problems. The solution does not lie in elections, because our elections have become holy rituals. Now we, at the end of the elections, come back to our challenges. So no matter who wins next year, as long as none of them is prepared to do what we call restructuring, or the root and branch approach, Nigeria will just be moving from bad to worse. So that's my position.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you very much, Mojid. Well, we will go to Zoom now, and by the way, we have been keeping our two, the people who indicated waiting. Okay, let's have it. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Very quickly, who do we have?
All right, I'm Bishop from Adamo in Kurodu.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I've been listening to the conversation here, and what I just want to say is that people, if their vote is their power, so they should know the right thing to do at the right time. You understand now? Because see the station in the country, everybody know what he or she wants, and then we must play according to the rules. I remain my humble self, Archbishop Abba from.
Thank you. One very humble Nigerian. Let's quickly go to Zoom. I can see Akogu's hand. By the way, I saw the hand of Baba General Ishola Williams. I hope he is not going to sleep. But let's have Akogu. That's Commodore Kunelumi. Olawumi.
Can I speak now? Hello?
You are on.
Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Is this General?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name? General?
Okay, I'll be very quick. I just want to make 3 points. One, if the followership, where leadership is elected, appointed, or selected, or voted, is bad, the leader will be bad. Okay? Secondly, the country is not polarized at all. It has been normal. Anytime elections are coming, we think the country is polarized. No, we are not polarized. It's because money dictates what happens. And the electoral body too, up to a certain extent, as Dr. Adedayo has said, is also problematic. We should be looking at South Africa. Africans don't look at other countries where we can copy good examples. South Africa is a good one. The point I want to make is that Professor KUNA should tell you what they are trying to do at the Federal University in Kashere. They are trying to establish a center for followership and elite studies for the first time in Nigeria or the whole of Africa. Like ERELU said, if we don't look are the challenges followership face, and the elites who are supposed to show good examples are hustlers. There's no way Nigeria and most African countries can get out of the mess in which they are. That includes the political and economic system.
Okay.
Those two systems can only be changed by the followership and the elite. Thank you.
Thank you very much, General Inshallah Williams. Let's have a talk now. Commodore Kule Olawumi.
Yeah, thank you very much for this program. I recall when this program started, I didn't know it's going to get to this level. Tonight, I think you have the best hands that I've listened to in the past few years. We have ERELU, TUNWASELOLA, ADEDAYO, and Professor KUNA. I think they've done justice to this topic, and there's very little thing I can add. The only thing I want to beg you is that after the next program, I think you should bring them back this show to come and discuss the 1999 Constitution and the Nigerians' federal question. What must change? Having said this, these three people that you brought today, I think you should come up with a white paper or a communique at the end of this program, and let's Tinubu have a look at what they have said. There's very little to add to what they've said. This brilliant set of people you brought, but I must quickly mention something about the chicken or the egg, which comes first, the leadership or the followership, which comes first. We must recall that the politicians are very clever. What they've done in the past 25 years is to weaponize poverty. They knew that the followers, the people, they have the power, they know. So what did they do? They weaponized poverty. So I'm going to take side. I don't usually take side, but I think I'm going to take side with ERELU. I think the problem we have are the followers, actually. Because whoever rigged an election, from the INEC to the thugs, there are people. Tinubu cannot rig himself in 2023. If somebody in INEC, who is not a politician, who is somebody's father, who is somebody's son, daughter, whatever, helped in ensuring that the beavers will not work, ensuring that they change the figures and make Tinubu to become the president. If the youth corps at the polling unit did not compromise, I don't think they're going to succeed. If those thugs that are carrying ballot boxes are not doing it, there's no way election will be rigged. If the policemen are not looking the other way or compromising with election, there's no way all these criminals we have in government will be there. At my own little corner, I wonder, how did these people become our president? How did they become our governors? How did they become our senators? Criminals everywhere. So I think I want to take side with that. We need to educate our followers. There's no way they can rig any election without these followers helping them to do it. Either they are induced or they give money. Whatever is the case, it is the followers that ensure that we have these bad leaders. And I think because of time, I don't want to take too much of our time on the air. These three people must come back to discuss the Constitution, because this election in 2027 has been won and lost. Tinubu is going to win. But what happened to this Constitution? How can we move forward from this moment? Because the Constitution remains the problem. It is the buttress. It is why these Boko Haram are killing us. It is why we have Sharia in our Constitution. It is why all these things are happening. So please, bring back these three people to come and discuss this issue. What can we do differently with this 1999 Constitution? I want to thank the technical crew. Tonight has been fun, wonderful. Very little glitches. And the studio hands, I want to thank them. Have a nice evening. Thank you.
very much, Commodore Kunle Olawumi. 4 years ago, in November 2022, when we started, he was our first guest. We were doing a feel-good living room thing, but today, thank God. Let me assure our guests that there will be extra time to cover the lost ground. We are still coming back to you. KBC 2 is coming back to do a roundup. Let me announce, just because Commodore Kunle Olawumi seemed to have been a bit clairvoyant there, we may have a part 2 of this. When, I do not know. If our guests say yes, who am I? Then let me announce straight away that our next topic, next month, September 13, we are bringing up Professor Toyin Falola. He is coming to speak on the Africa we all want. Can the continent break free from the cycle of underdevelopment? Please keep that, diarize that. Let's go quickly to the remaining hand there. That's Zedo Zebanjo Esquire. Then after that, we go back to Dr. Festus Karadi. Thank you very much. Ebon.
Thank you, Ayo. Good evening. Good evening, Nigeria. Sorry, I'm speaking from the United States of America. I have listened to the last speaker particularly. I want to agree that the situation in Nigeria is worsened by the structural maladjustment in Nigeria. And the structural maladjustment is caused by the constitution that we're on now. There have been several constitutional conferences in Nigeria. There was one in 2014. And there were recommendations that the subsequent presidents have refused to implement. Now, talking about security, about safety, about the challenges generally in Nigeria, poverty. Look, here in America, the crime rate here is higher than that of Nigeria. But the difference is that this place is a federal structure. We have county police, we have state police, we have federal police. In Nigeria, I have been in the Criminal Justice Administration work in Nigeria for the past almost 30 years. And what I've seen is that the police, which should be in charge of internal security, are grossly out of tune with the population of Nigeria. We have just about 400. My study, before I retired, my study was that we had about 400,000 policemen in Nigeria. Out of these 400,000, half of them are securing politically exposed persons, from the president to the local government chairman, their wives and their concubines. You know, at 200,000, out of that 200,000, half again of that 200,000 are in charge of banks, commercial houses, and Nigerian thieves. You know, different types of rich people that carry police all around. So we have only a quarter of 400,000 in charge of 200 million Nigerians. How would there not be criminality?
But Mr. Zedo, we for consideration of time. Okay, just wrap up the top now.
I'm just wondering that there's a level I have had so much level of ignorance expressed, and I want Nigeria's problem is very much structural. If you take structural challenges away from Nigeria, Nigeria will be straightened. One, if you have state police, you have local government police everywhere. Now we are having even forest guards now. I believe these kind of things are good development. Well, the Southwest started a little bit by establishing Yamoteku. There were hue and cry during the
What is it?
Thank you so much. I'm afraid Mr. Adedayo.
Nigeria is too big. Excuse me. Nigeria is too big for a single police. Nigeria is too big for one grid for power. One single grid to cover 400,000.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If not for time, I would have taken you up on the fact that systems do not work in Nigeria. Hello, Mr. Adedayo. Systems do not really work in Nigeria. Just a few days ago, you had the EFCC freeze the account of a state government. So the operators of the institutions are, what is important. Thank you very much. Let's quickly go back to Dr. Festus Adedayo. I know that you must have been angry to say a lot, but let me just give a focal question, then you can just have a way. Leadership and governance. What should be the minimum qualification beyond academic credentials for anyone seeking Nigeria's highest political office? You know what has happened in the recent time, but let me leave it to you.
Yeah, thank you. I think leadership in Nigeria shouldn't strictly be about qualification, paper qualification. We have had instances in this country where we had professors who into governance, and they really did much within the period of the affair in office. How I think pedigree is what people should look for. We should look for, first and foremost, leaders who have empathy for the people. Because if you have a PhD, you're a professor, they put you in a position where you govern. If you do not put yourself in the position of the ordinary people, there's a tendency that your policies will be anti the people. So let's look for people who have pedigree of governance. Let's look for people who do not have a pedigree of being gangsters. The problem we have in this country is that most of the people who put in position of governance is either we think that the past does not matter, or we think that yes, if they come into offices, the offices will redeem them. That's why in Senate crimes, for instance, you remember the hoopla over Obama when he was going to be president of America. There was so much hoopla about the fact that he once smoked Marlboro. People wanted to know whether there was a connect between his usage of tobacco and his ability to govern, to administer America. So we should also look at the pedigree of those who want to govern us. If you have once been a drug baron, for instance, there are so many things that are associated with those who have entered into that trade. They have a heart of stone. They look at the rest of society as if they don't matter. So if you have somebody who has once been in that trade, for instance, and you appoint such a person as your governor, as the Yoruba will say, if you have a squirrel, a plantation that is infested with squirrels, and you planted granules on that plantation, you cannot complain when squirrels make mincemeat of your plantation, of your granules and nuts. So let's look for leaders who are empathetic. Yes, we cannot. It's a modern society, so we cannot have illiterates in office. And I think that the drafters of that section of the Constitution who talk about maybe first living, I've forgotten what the qualification is for you to be a governor, for you to be a president. It's not stringent, but I think we should have a situation where even the followers will scrutinize their leaders. These leaders are not ghosts. They come from the midst of us. We know their antecedents. We know the ones, who before they came to solicit votes from us were, they were, for instance, wife beaters. If you have somebody who is aspiring for an office, and has a history of battering their wives, and you think it doesn't matter, once such a person gets into office, it's going to manifest it. So, and that's why in advanced society, all those things matter to them. Once identify negative overgroup that kind of act, they still hold you to account over it. So let's transit to a country where we look for empathetic leaders, we look for leaders with pedigree that is in conformity with humanity.
Very much. Will that be your roundup thought as we?
Yes, that should be my thought. However, also I'm a pessimist. I mean, I don't fool myself. I don't think that anything will come out of 2027 election. I think that if we want anything to come out of the 2027 election, we must tinker with our substructure, which we cannot do now. It's the same set of people whom we know. Most of them we know the antecedents. We know that they don't care about the ordinary people. And so this is the same set of people that we are going to have in leadership in 2027. We just get into 2027 and find out that our challenges would have quadrupled. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I go to Professor KUNA. Hello.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you directly. I don't know whether you will be a pessimist like Dr. Festus, but supposing Nigeria gets it right in 2027, what must happen immediately afterwards to ensure that the opportunity is not wasted? What should Nigeria look like by 2031 if 2027 truly becomes a watershed? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I said a few things about that earlier in the opening statement. I think that first of all, we need to realize that by 2030, like I said, the population of this country would be about 260 million, and that over half of that population is going to be under 30 years old. Now, this is an opportunity. This is the window, or at least one of the windows. Demographics, institutions, and intentions have worked, wonderfully in other contexts, and I see no reason why they can't work in ours. The Chinese, have done, utilized those windows in the late 1930s and 40s. They utilized those, and propelled themselves out of poverty gradually. It didn't happen in a day, but it did happen. The Vietnamese also, I did mention, they did the same. I think that for our demography and our institutions and our expectations, to make a massive difference, the current state must, focus very seriously on addressing, gainful employment for people, in addressing the structural deficiencies in terms of power, in terms of school, in terms of healthcare, in terms of security. All these are critical. They must be dealt with. Otherwise, if we allow that window to move, to slip from our hands, then the population, the demographics will start becoming a serious liability. And then the massive frustrations that will be accumulated, cannot be sustained by any democracy that we may be practicing. So I think this is key. But let me also seize the opportunity to mention briefly what General Ishola Williams asked, and I think that quite a number of conversations have been made, and comments have been made about followership. This is still at the planning stage, but the Federal University here of Kashere is looking to establish a center that is called a Center of Followership and Elite Studies. And the general motto is understanding the base in order to comprehend the apex.
Thank you very much. I guess you have finally landed, Professor KUNA. Yes, I go back to ERELU TUNWASE, your concluding remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much indeed. I want to look at Nigeria as a baby of mine, if I'm permitted to say so. This child of mine, if I dare say so, has been through a lot. It has been through indigenous political system. It has been through colonial administration. It has been through parliamentary government, military rule. And I think it's now with something that sounds like presidential federal system. It has been through a lot. But what I've seen Nigeria done, it has brought forth highly educated, highly intelligent, committed, dedicated human resource fit for the purpose of government. So maybe there's a deeper question I need to be asking. Perhaps it is time for us to look at how easy or difficult it is to govern the country called Nigeria. And my appeal will be, as 2027 is emerging, hopefully we can finally have one. We shouldn't be asking about who should govern Nigeria, but maybe we should be saying what kind of political system will make Nigeria easier to govern and hard to misgovern. I think that is what I will hope 2027 will deliver, and that is what kind of political system will make Nigeria easier to govern and harder to misgovern. That's where I must rest my case, because I want to see this child survive, hopefully.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ERELU. Before the acknowledgements and the parting shot, we have about 2 or 3 messages here. Dr. BMA Akinbinu, my take is that followership plays a direct role in enabling systemic corruption by actually showing leaders how to manipulate the system for personal gain. Rather than being passive victims, citizens often lay the groundwork for unethical behavior, teaching politicians how to exploit structural loopholes. These collaborative failures allows bad governance to survive and thrive, because every day people normalize these corrupt habits instead of challenging them. That's from Dr. BME. I have this one from KBC, Oba His Royal Majesty Oba Charles Olajide. My deduction from all the happenings around the country is that we are not ready for the change that we aspire to. If we want to change from what obtains, we must unite for the desired change. In the interim, the positive things done by the present government should be acknowledged while pointing out the better things that we seek. We must remember that the present government is not imported from Jupiter or Mars. They were elected from among us. Well, that is true. We don't import it, they don't live, they should not also be doing as if they live in Jupiter. Well, thank you so much. It's been a very wonderful time. Let me thank ERELU. I knew ERELU for many decades ago, and she hasn't changed. She was splendid, always in a white regalia. Thank you very much, and very, very intellectual savvy. Thank you, ERELU. It has been recommended that we will do part 2. I hope you'll be ready for us.
For the interest of the survival of my people.
Very much. I will also, by the same breath, thank Dr. FESTUS ADEDAYO, fearless and irrepressible columnist. I'm sure today is Sunday. Almost majority of Nigerians must have read you. Thank you so much, Dr. FESTUS. I hope it's going to be a yes for part 2 coming from you.
Yes, it's a yes.
It's a yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Not forgetting my brother from another mother, Professor Muhammad J. KUNA. It's been wonderful talking to you, a man of immense humility. Prof, I thank you so much. I hope it's not a no coming from you.
Thank you very much. Although I was knocked out briefly, I didn't hear the question, but you know, we know it now so well, so I can't say no to.
That's a request for part 2.
Okay, no problem.
No. Maybe we'll come over to Kashiri to come and do that. Thank you.
No problem. You are welcome.
So you are welcome. Well, to KBC, the Olowu of Owu Kingdom, I want to say thank you. The network ruled you out quite early, but we have you all covered. This is the size of our package, but let me not forget to also thank all our participants. You mean more to us than you ever can think of. It is because of you that we are always here. But don't forget, next month, September 13, Professor Falola will be coming to speak on the Africa we want. Thank you so much. That's the size of the package. AYO AROWOJOLU is my name. I want to thank, well, a lot of people who are not necessarily visible, but we have seen their work. The special crew, technical, talking about Mr. Engineer Shogun. Thank you so much. Felicia AROWOJOLU is also there on the Zoom control. David AROWOJOLU joined us. Judah AROWOJOLU. It's all of us together. Thank you so much. Bye for now.